Hello, today we're going to be talking about Google AdSense. Now, Google AdSense is probably one of the most hands-off ways you can make money online. And honestly, it's been around for what feels like the dawn of time. It's been here forever and a day in terms of internet years, since the very advent of the internet, it feels like. So what is Google AdSense? Well, it is basically just putting ads on your website, but because it's so old and has been around for so long, you might be wondering, is Google AdSense still actually worth it? Should you put AdSense ads on your site or not? So I'm going to be talking about that, diving deep into what Google AdSense is, how it works, so you have a very good overview of how this business model works, and I am going to tell you why I think you probably shouldn't be using Google AdSense for that long. Let's dive into it. Hey everyone, my name is Gregory Elfring. I am the Director of Marketing here at Empire Flippers, where we help people just like you every single day of the week buy or sell online businesses. And before we dive too deep into this, just to get a few things out of the way, I would love it if you subscribe to our channel. If you just go ahead, click the bell, subscribe, that would be absolutely amazing, and you will get updated every time we do more content. And we do content all the time, every single week, all about buying and selling online businesses, as well as general online business education, whether from a business acumen standpoint or from a marketing standpoint. So it would mean a lot to me if you do come in and subscribe. Also, I would like to say, if you stick around to the end of this video, I am going to show you how you can skip the timeline a bit, and you don't have to do all the work I'm about to tell you to do to have a profitable display ad website. So definitely stick around for that. And with that said, let's dive into what Google AdSense actually is. So as I mentioned, Google AdSense has what feels like been around since the dawn of time. I've had friends in high school over a decade ago that were making money through Google AdSense. So what is it exactly? Well, what Google Ads are, or AdSense rather, what it is Google has an advertising program called Google Ads. It used to be called Google AdWords, now it's just called Google Ads. And what this means is I can go and sign up for this advertising program, and I can run ads to whatever I am selling online. Usually how this looks like is a Google ad in the actual Google search results. So if I'm typing something into Google, I might see some ads. I'll try to put a screenshot here how one looks like. And when someone clicks on that ad, Google gets paid what is called a cost per click. So me as the advertiser, I might be paying $1, $2, $10 for every click I get on my ad. And that is how Google makes the lion's share of its money, is by charging advertisers for people who click on the ads. Now, Google has another way of doing advertising that is outside of just the search result ads, and that is called GDN, or Google's Display Network. And what Google's Display Network, all it really is basically a snippet of code that you could put on your website, or someone puts on their website, and Google will show ads on that website from their advertising inventory. So how that works is, let's say you have a website about training dogs, all about dog training, all that good stuff. You put Google AdSense onto your website, which means you're allowing Google's Display Network to populate various spots on your website with ads that advertisers are paying for. When your traffic comes to your website, they're likely going to see ads in those spots, probably related to dog training stuff, but it will probably also be about other things too. Which is a whole other video of how that happens. But when that traffic clicks that ad, Google will charge the advertiser that CPC, that $3, $8 per click, whatever it is. But because it's on your website and you're in the Google AdSense program, Google is going to pay you a part of that cost per click. Say it was $8, maybe they pay you 50 cents, something like that. And that is all Google AdSense is. You have an advertisement on your website, someone comes, they click that advertisement, the advertiser pays Google, and Google pays you a part of what the advertiser paid them. And that's really display advertising in a nutshell. Okay, so Google Ads and AdSense is the largest advertising program in the world. As far as I know, it's definitely up there. It's in the top 5. That was 10, but you get what I mean. It's one of the biggest networks around. But that doesn't mean it's the only one around. In fact, there is a lot of different ad networks you can choose from that uses pretty much the same exact business model as AdSense, but they will tend to pay you better. But before I go too deep into that, first, I want to discuss what are some of the pros and cons of Google AdSense to help educate you on whether it's worth it for you to do it on your site. So Google Ads, doing it with AdSense is awesome. Like, you do not have to do that much stuff once it's on. It is probably one of the most hands-off ways you can make money online. In fact, I would argue it's even more hands-off than, say, affiliate marketing, because you don't need to go find the offers. You don't have to sign up for any affiliate program. You just have the display ads there. Google will find the offers that are relevant to your site and pay you when people click on it. So at scale, if you're planning on building a website that is really big with, say, hundreds and hundreds of articles, Google Ads and display advertising in general is one of the most scalable ways you can make money online, because you don't have to manage potentially hundreds of affiliate links. I have friends that, they realize, oh, hey, why is my income down on my website? And they click on the affiliate link and the affiliate link is broken. The offer's over, or something happened that made that affiliate link not work anymore. When it comes to display ads, you don't have to worry about that at all. Google's gonna find the offers for you. And even if you're in a really weird niche, like say you're talking about how medieval castles were built, right? There's not a lot you can monetize most likely with that kind of content with an affiliate offer, but you can monetize it all day long with Google AdSense. And one of the reasons why you can do that is because of a marketing function known as retargeting. So retargeting is where, say my toilet broke, I'm visiting a bunch of different plumber websites in my local area, trying to figure out who should I call, who should I hire for this, right? And then I start reading about medieval castles because I'm stressed out about my toilet, right? And I happen to be into medieval castles, so I'm Googling a bunch of random stuff to take my mind off of my toilet. Now on your website, you might have a block of AdSense there. And as I'm reading about the feudal era of Europe and how machinations work and all this kind of stuff, I see a little ad saying, hey, fix your toilet, man. Stop wasting time. Your toilet's not gonna fix itself. Click this ad and hire us, right? I go ahead and click it. I hire that plumber, which was a website I happened to visit during my freak out of trying to fix my toilet. And that's basically retargeting in a nutshell. So because of retargeting and a bunch of other things, but retargeting is one of the big ones, you can basically monetize any kind of content out there, content that normally couldn't be monetized through things like affiliate offers because it just doesn't make sense, right? So this allows you to monetize all sorts of different kinds of articles that you normally couldn't. So on a typical affiliate site, say you had 100 articles, and out of the 100 articles, 30 of them had affiliate links. They were roundup reviews or something like that. That means you have 70% of your website not monetized at all that great informational content about dog training or whatever it is, castles, you're not monetizing it. So you might as well put ads on it. And speaking of that typical affiliate site, I have so many friends in the affiliate space that think this, but as far as my experience goes, it's totally not true. And they're afraid to put display ads onto their content because they're afraid it will take away from the affiliate income. And yes, affiliate income makes you a lot more typically in terms of how many people you need to make significant amount of money. With display ads, you need a lot more people, a lot higher amounts of traffic to make it worthwhile. But in my experience, I have never once seen it where display ads actually take away money from your affiliate earnings. In fact, I've seen the opposite. When you put display ads onto your website, there's a weird thing that happens for your website visitor, which is they tend to trust the website more, right? And if you take that idea a step further, it kind of makes sense, because what websites do we go to that are big, that we trust, that don't have ads on them? Almost all of them have ads on it. So the fact that your website does, it's weirdly a trust signal. So you really lose nothing if you already have an affiliate site by putting display advertising onto your website. Okay, so those are some of the pros of Google AdSense and display ads in general, because all these pros are pretty much the same no matter what display ad network you're using. But let's talk a little bit about the negatives, because there are some negatives here to consider. So the first negative, and it's one I've already pretty much mentioned, probably several times already, is the low payout. You're just not gonna make a lot of money with display ads, at least when you first start out, because you are getting paid of a fraction of an advertiser's cost to advertise in Google or whatever other display ad network they're using. You need a ton of traffic. You need tens of thousands of visitors every single month to really make it even closely worthwhile. Now, you might think like, God, that sounds like a lot. So this guy's telling me over here with affiliate marketing, I only need a few thousand visitors to my website. And that random guy whose name I do not know is right. You only need a few thousand people in affiliate marketing visiting your site to make decent money. That is 100% true. But if your plan is again to scale up your site, then display ads make sense even with the low payout, because there's hardly any hands-on management you really have to do. It's very, very minimal in comparison to affiliate marketing at scale. So putting those display ads, even with the low payout, it still makes sense to do it. But here's the other thing. You will not be able to control the actual ad on your site. So you don't get to decide, unless you have some kind of special agreement with the ad network you're using. And if you're using Google AdSense, the chances of you having that is very little. You don't get to decide what ad shows up on your site. So again, if you are on that medieval castle site and there is a ad offer there saying like about guitars, and say you hate guitars for some reason, you're like, I can't believe they're showing guitars on my website. You can't do anything about it. That's the nature of the game. Google is just going to show the ad that seems the most relevant to that traffic based off a bunch of different principles and data points and all that kind of stuff, and you have no control over it. So the other thing about this is display ads will hurt your UI, your user interface. Your user experience just won't be as good and clean because no one likes to see ads. They're kind of ugly. Like us as entrepreneurs, maybe we love to see ads because we're a little bit of a masochist and we always want to see how people are advertising stuff, right? But the average user, they're not going to like it as much, even though ironically, they will trust your website more. So that will take a ding. Another ding that you're going to get with display ads is page speed. So if you're really, really into SEO, you know how important page speed is to make sure your website's operating at peak speed at all times, serving the content to the user that's coming to your site. And it's a ranking signal. It helps you actually rank in Google by having a fast website. When you put display ads on, you will most likely drop down by a few notches on your page speed. And that's just the nature of the game. Now, I have friends who make this mistake all the time. They put the display ads onto their website. They see their page speed has gone down fairly significantly, and they're making like an extra $1,000 to $3,000 a month, but they're freaking out because their page speed has gone down. And so they remove a bunch of ads. They only have like 1 or 2 ad blocks here and there instead of like really optimizing it for the click, and their page speed goes back up and they think I'm successful, but now they're only making like an extra $300, $500 a month with Google AdSense or whatever display ad network they're using. I never really get this mentality. I understand how people can get obsessed over page speed, but if you are one of them, let me give you some advice. Don't obsess over page speed. I mean, that's what it comes down to. You just have to take the hit. There are things you can do to make the page speed faster, but don't be so obsessed with page speed that you decide you're going to make less money with your site, because that seems a bit silly to me. And finally, perhaps the number one negative here out of everything I've said about display ads and Google AdSense is it's slow. It takes a lot longer to make money than, say, your traditional affiliate marketing. And again, that comes down to just the fact you need a lot of people. So at scale, I think display advertising makes a ton of sense. When you're just starting out and you need to make money relatively quicker, I would say affiliate marketing is your better bet. Now, both of them take much longer than most of the gurus advertising on this video or in the suggestions of this video are probably going to tell you. It takes a long time. I will link to my video on affiliate marketing 101 because a lot of the principles I talk about how to build an affiliate site are pretty much the exact same principles for building a display advertising site. But just know going into it, it's going to take a while. You're looking at a timeline of probably 15 to 18 months before you make anything decent. Now, you could go a lot faster. I'm not saying you can't go faster than that, but usually you have to be a little bit more skilled and advanced in what you're doing. You actually have to know what you're doing. You can't just be someone starting out and make decent money in 2-3 months with your site. Usually it does happen, but it's very rare. Okay, so I said at the start of this video, I am going to suggest that you actually don't use Google AdSense for very long, and I hold by that. AdSense is a fantastic platform when you're first learning display advertising because, let's face it, AdSense has probably one of the best setups. But over the years, they've gotten stricter. They have higher quality control, so it's like much harder to even get in now than it used to be. But they also just do not pay you as well as other display networks. And over the years, there's been a lot of competition that has developed that have much higher payouts to the advertiser or to the publisher, which is you. So in this world, The advertiser who's paying the display ad network to show up on your website, they're called an advertiser. You who are putting the ad block on your website, you are called a publisher. So Google AdSense will pay out the publisher usually the least amount, unless you do some, lot of tweaking to make it not the case. But they'll usually pay out the least amount versus other display ad networks. So as you get more traffic to your website, as you reach new thresholds and higher heights, all that kind of stuff, it is advantageous for you to look at other display ad networks. Typically the value chain of display networks, at least as of recording this always changes. So you definitely want to do some more up-to-date research depending on when you're watching this. But right now the value chain is AdSense pays the least. Once you reach a certain traffic threshold, try to get into something like Ezoic. Ezoic pays pretty well. It can actually pay better than almost all of them depending on the situation and the niche. But once you get even higher, more traffic, then you want to start looking at companies like AdThrive and Mediavine. Those two companies, they have much more strict traffic requirements and content requirements than even AdSense and even Ezoic at sometimes. So you want to be keeping an eye out on what their requirements are. So the moment you meet them, you can apply and try to get in. Now, once you reach really, really high levels of traffic, I'm talking like at this point, you're getting like 1 million visitors a month. There are other even more powerful display ad networks for that. People like Monetize more. I'm very good friends with Kean Graham over there, and he runs a very awesome shop for display advertising. So definitely check those out. As your website hits these levels, you can start applying for these display ad networks that are going to pay you out a lot better. And it's not just about getting paid out a lot better, though that's obviously one of the big wins of switching from AdSense to one of these other display networks. But the other thing is, when you are in the AdSense program, Google looks at you as inventory. That's all you are. You are ad inventory for their network. They don't view you as a customer. They don't view you as a client. Most of the time, they probably view you as a bit of a nuisance, right? They got a lot of other things going on. So when you apply to this display network, the other display networks such as AdThrive or Mediavine and Ezoic, almost all of them have this. You're going to get a rep. You're going to get someone that you can actually physically speak to, whether through email or through phone calls, and you get to have discussions with them. And they will go ahead and help you set up their technology onto your website. They'll help you optimize the whole thing. And just in general, it's a lot more of a pleasant experience because they don't view you as ad inventory. Now you are ad inventory for their network, right? But they view you as an actual valuable client and customer, one that they want to keep. Because in this space, it is very, very competitive between these bigger networks to get these sites that are making, that has real traffic. They want you. They're actively participating to get you to join their network, right? As long as you meet the requirements, all that stuff. So the experience overall is just a lot better, and you're going to get paid more, and you get a person to set up the whole thing for you for the most part. So it's a lot of wins there. And that is why I don't suggest that you stick with Google AdSense. And now, again, if you're just starting out, Google AdSense is a fantastic place to start. Just make sure you don't stick around too long. You want to eventually migrate away from that to a network that's going to pay you a higher payout. Okay, so let's talk about the bonus here. If you want to skip that entire timeline and just have a website that's already making you money, well, I got a deal for you. So what you need to do is go down in the description of this link. There will be a link there the description of this video, not the description of the link. I am a master marketer. Do not worry. I am hypnotizing you right now to love what I'm about to tell you to do. So go into the description below this video. There is a link there that says register a free account to our Empire Flippers marketplace. You can go ahead and sign up absolutely for free, and it's going to give you a bunch of search functionality to find all these businesses that are already making money. A lot of them which are display advertising websites or affiliate sites that you can add display ads on. More on that in a second. But we sell these sites all the time. And if you want to skip the timeline to something that is already making money, then this is a fantastic path forward for you. Now, back to what I was just saying, where I said, wait a second. If you buy a site from us, say you look at a display advertising site. Don't just look at display advertising sites in this case. You want to also look at affiliate sites, preferably affiliate sites that are only making money through affiliate marketing. because usually what that means is they don't have any display ads on their site because they're probably one of those affiliates that think that they'll hurt their affiliate revenue if they put display ads on them. This is really good for you because you can go and buy one of these affiliate sites already making money and throw display ads up on them. A lot of affiliate sites that are making decent amount of money usually have enough traffic to immediately get you into places like Ezoic, Mediavine, or AdThrive. So right there, you can see doing a 10 to 15% lift in net profit just by buying an affiliate site that's already making money that it doesn't have any display advertising on it. So that's my quick tip there. If you would like to have an account and skip ahead of that timeline, you can also set up a time to talk to us once you register for that free account, and our team of business analysts will help you create an action plan when it comes to actually acquiring these businesses. All right, so enough of the bonus tip. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know down in the comments what you think of display advertising in this year. I'm not going to say 2020 because I don't want to date myself. I just dated myself, oh well. But leave me a comment down below what you think about display advertising. Have you had any experience with it? What was your experience? Love to hear it, and hopefully I get to respond to some of your comments. And again, if you did enjoy this video and you would like to see more videos like it about buying and selling online businesses and just online business in general, then I would love it if you subscribe and hit the bell. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.